Hey guys, welcome back to Ryan Ford. Today is a special day. I know I haven't been posting for a while and I promised to post daily, but I'm back now and I'm gonna release a lot of videos. And today's a fun one. I thought I'd take a break from like the review stuff that I've been doing and like do things that are fun, because I think you guys just like when I list stuff. So I'm just gonna like do more of that, I guess. So today I wanna do a fun one. I wanna list my top 5 guilty pleasure albums. So these are like albums that I'm like scared. These are like albums that I can't like say in public that I like, but then I actually do like. These are like albums that I would trash on this channel, but then I would actually just listen to it after, and I'm kind of embarrassed to show you this list. I want to start on number 5 is Hood Hottest Princess by Sexy Red. I really thought I was gonna put Sexy Red on this list. Sexy Red is the most talented rapper out right now, and the reason why people don't know that, they're fucking stupid. Okay, so I wanted to start with honorable mentions before I get into this video. So on honorable mentions, we have Happiness Begins by the Jonas Brothers. I remember when I was a kid and like I was still like learning about music, and then the Jonas Brothers just suddenly came back and was like the biggest thing on the internet at that time. And I just got caught up in the train. I just loved every song on this album. Another honorable mention is Tickets to My Downfall by Machine Gun Kelly. So I have a lot of history with Machine Gun Kelly. I remember when Tickets came out and it was like Bloody Valentine, and I just thought that was like what the peak rock. I was like, there's nothing that could beat this. Now we're starting on top 5. So if you thought those were embarrassing, like this is just gonna get way worse. That's why these were just honorable mentions, because it's gonna get 10 times worse. Let's start off Cringe with number 5, which is Joytime 3 by Marshmello. The first artist that I ever got introduced to when I started to listen to like music as outside of like cartoon theme songs was Marshmello. And just search top 10 greatest DJs, and if Marshmello wasn't on it, I was just gonna kick the list. That was a terrible list. I'm not gonna pay attention to that. That's disgusting. What led me to Joytime 3? I followed the series from 1 to 3, and Joytime 3 was just like his best output. You might not be like making any top 1,000 electronic albums, but so number 4 is Honestly Nevermind by Drake. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Honestly Nevermind is not a bad album by any stride. Clearly a good album. It's not like a terrible album, but it's like a fair attempt. I don't know why like the internet just went crazy because it's Drake. Oh, Drake made a house album and it's gonna be trash. Oh, it's not bad. It's not that bad. Just try it. It's not terrible. And number 3 we have Chainsmokers So Far So Good. So let me explain. The Chainsmokers are probably one of the worst EDM bands out there. Their output before So Far So Good was like one of the worst albums like known to man. One of the most crappily produced albums known to man. But I think like I think like on So Far So Good it actually like started to make sense a bit. I think like it's their best work obviously, and it's like, and it's catchy, it's like hooky and stuff. So if I wanted to listen to something easy, because I don't want to like listen to like the top quality great music all the time. So now we're getting to the top 2, the most embarrassing things that I listen to this day, and I have to rip the band-aid off. I just have to tell you guys. So number 2, I have to like I'll explain. I promise I'll explain. But number 2 is BTS Map of Soul 7. Yeah. There's a period when I started listening to music where I just started to hate English music, because I thought Billboard was the only source of good music. Like I thought like if a song went number 1, that means it was the best song in the world, creative wise and stuff. Before I started thinking about music critically. And I remember I got to a period where I got really bored by every single song on the Billboard. Like every single song just sounded so corny and bland to me. That was the time that I was like trying to look for good music. So my theory as a kid wasn't go look for underground bands. Don't go look for indie bands that actually have talent. My answer to this was like, let me switch languages. Spanish music, I started listening to African music, and then I started listening to Asian music. So when I started listening to Asian music, like the first band obviously that was like topping the charts and like doing all these great things was BTS. So I thought like maybe I would wade into the K-pop world. Maybe that album that really stuck with me was Map of Soul 7. If we're like thinking critically, it might not be as impressive. It might have a few songs that are like generic and corporate. I know the whole conversation. But like there are some like key bangers, like 0 O'Clock, like On was like my whole life. That was one of the first songs I tried to learn on guitar. Like, you know, like Boys with Love, it's a classic. It's a classic. We have like Young Cook on that R&B. I listen to this album every once in a while, and I still love it. I still get a kick out of it. I still get enjoyment out of it. I won't tell anyone that I listen to it, of course, but then like I will listen to it on the side when I'm alone. And on number 1 is an album that encapsulates this whole list. It encapsulates pure embarrassment and pure talent. It's actually like, I think this album is actually worth noting, and it's actually worth like mentioning. And that album on number 1 is Justice by Justin Bieber.
What the hell?
Like, I won't lie to you. I won't cap. I want to be open on this channel. I want to be honest with you. I cried when I listened to Justice.
Shut up!
I legit cried when I listened to Justice, because like, okay, I know the MLK thing was cringe, and the whole pandering to black people on an album that didn't even talk about black issues was disgusting and gross. But then like, if we get past that, like the thing that actually makes this album so special to me is because this album is driven by pure and sincere emotion. Like the lyrics are crap, the production might be bland on some tracks, but then like the thing that makes this album number 1 for me is because like it kind of has this Matt Healy effect where even though the lyrics are trash, at least like they're coming from the most purest form of emotion, and that is the love I think Justin has for his wife. And I think if you're single, just never listen to this album. I promise you, you'll feel like you're the most single person in the world, because the amount of passion that he has on this album, the performances that he gives, the lyrics that he's saying, like he's saying it from the heart, saying what's on his heart. And I think that's the most overlooked thing about talent, is that you don't have to be writing like fucking Bob Dylan lyrics. You don't have to be like going into like these streams of consciousness extreme. Like, you don't need to do that to make an album. You just have to be sincere in what you say, and people will just gravitate towards it. I'm embarrassed to say this, but yeah, that was my list. If you have any guilty pleasure albums, please put them in the comments. I want to laugh too. You can't just laugh at me the whole video. Put that shit in the comments. So peace. Thank you for watching.